Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are across the world. Believe you guys are absolutely doing great. So today we are going to look at another problem. It's a very common problem that we usually see, and it does come across to us as a question in the interview or in even our day-to-day pipeline building. We face this issue, and the issue is identifying duplicates in a data frame. How do we do it? Let's look into it. So I have taken an example here and to demonstrate that what exactly are we going to see and how we are identify the duplicates in the data frame. So if you see, I have imported all the required libraries, and then I have created the Spark session, and then I've created the schema, and I've taken the sample data frame which has an ID, name, and email. Now let us look at our data. Our data, it has 5 records, and the record number 1 is ID, and that is Dhoni. The name is Dhoni, and the email ID is dhoni@email.com. Similarly, 2 Rohit, 3 that is again Dhoni, and then fourth one is Dhoni, and third is Raina. Now, if we look at the sample data, there's row number 1 and row number 3. These are duplicates. These are exact identical duplicates. Then we have another scenario where row number 4 here, the ID and the name is Dhoni, but he has a different email ID, that is msd@email.com. So we can consider this as well duplicate if we take the ID and the name. We'll look into it how to handle this kind of scenario where it's not all the columns are not exact identical duplicates. And we are creating a data frame and then we are running a show on it. So let's run this one. And here we go. We have our data frame, and this is like the first row and the third row. These are exact duplicates here. And the fourth row is where we have a different email ID. So there are multiple approaches that we can take to identify these kind of duplicates. So the easiest and the first approach would be to use a group by. We are going to group by using all the different columns, that is ID, name, and email, and then we are going to apply a count, take a count, and whichever row is going to have a count which will be more than 1, that means it has a duplicate. Let's run this and see the result of our aggregate data frame. And here, if you see row number 1, last row where we have the ID, the name, Dhoni, and dhoni@email.com. This is the count has 2. So this row has a duplicate. This exact duplicate here. There is another approach that we can use, and that is using a window function. So what we do is we are going to partition our data using all the columns that we have in the data frame, that is ID, name, and email. And then we are going to apply an order that is using, we can use the ID here as the numeric column. And then we are going to apply some kind of a row number so that H, what it does is using my partition that is based on the entire row. If there is a duplicate partition within this duplicate row within the same partition, it is going to assign a row number greater than 1. So let's run this cell and let's look into it. And yeah, so if you see here, so this particular row is the first row is marked as ranking is 1. The second row, the ranking is 2. And then we have the third row where we have Dhoni, and then we have the email ID as different. So it is also marked as 1 because we have declared our partition using all the columns. So we can simply filter out the one with 2, and we can keep the filter condition as ranking is equal to or less than 1, and then we are going to keep all this and we are going to filter it out so we can remove the duplicates. Now, I hope this scenario is clear to you. Then let's see if we have a different scenario here, and that scenario, if we look at it, and the thing is like here, if you see, I have the ID and the name. So ID and name, now there are 3 rows which has the same ID and name, but here the email ID is different. There can be a scenario where we have to identify that one and these first 3 rows with one and Dhoni, these are all duplicates irrespective of the email ID. The person is duplicate, so duplicate. So what we can do is here again, what we can do is we can have the partition created only on ID and name, and then we can order it by ID and then get in ranking. Similarly, we can apply row number on this particular partition, and we are going to get our required results. Okay, so here if you see how it is like the first 2 rows are exact duplicates, and then if you see the third row, this has the email ID different, but since our condition says that if ID and name is same, that means it's a duplicate row. So we have this row number as 3 here ranking. So what we can do is we can again we can apply the same filter condition where the ranking is less than equal to 1 or ranking is equal to 1, just we can take, so that other rows will be filtered out here and we will have only the unique rows. So this is how you can identify the duplicates in the data frame. And if you have any other ways, please comment and share with others. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Bye bye, till the next time.